If you press a leaf between dry sheets of paper, you can make an attractive and handy bookmark.
Хей-хей-хей. Всем привет. Какого хрена трансляция глючит на YouTube? Ну ладно, сейчас разберемся. Всем привет. Какого хрена трансляция? Хи-хи-хи-хи, это я. Так, все же выбил без стрима. Чего я выбил без стрима? Ну я почему? Может, что подожди, я тут не могу наладить. Не знаю, насчет со мной, не со мной. Подожди. Сейчас у меня почему-то... О, Тим, привет. Это обновление калибра. У меня нет, не совсем. Это не совсем обновление игры. Просто сегодня большая обнова в этой, как и называется, в Геншине. Вот. И хотелось бы ее постримить. У меня зараза... А, во, наконец-то она просралась. Так, сейчас я поправлю здесь название. И картинку. Если нам не даст это сделать. Вот. Изменить. Картинку надо поставить ушастого. Туда надо воткнуть ушастого. Так. Вот. Нельзя же все время, понимаешь, играть в калибр. Можно так головой тронуться. Поэтому надо немножко перерывчик сделать. Сегодня тем более обнова. Сам Бог велел немножко побегать. Так. Где он здесь ушастый там? Такое, с ушами. Вот держит себя за ушко. Genshin Impact. Все видео. О, так, все, кажется, я поправил. Лучше проверить, игра стоит, которая надо. Что, нифига, что ли, нету? Вот все стоит. Сохранить. Все, ок. Все, кажется. Все исправили. Насчет со мной сейчас, подожди. Давай сначала я пойму, что я делаю вообще, в принципе. Так, я сюда забрался. Ой, мама, что за хрень? Вот я хочу хотя бы, во-первых, посмотреть, что с ним в плане прокачки происходит. Чуть мне мало этих книжек, да, я вот этими прокачаю. Что ему нужно-то? Стоп. Давай вот так. Вот так. Окей. Это что за говно? И зеленые камешки нужны. Нагадус. А где мне Нагадуса взять? Твою мать. Так, а какую ему дать? Ему пушку-то какую дать вообще? У меня этих луков-то нет. Кого отнять? Ой, мам. Кого лук отнять? Какой? Вообще он про что у нас, чувак, этот? Ну, он вроде как у нас дамагер, типа, да, ведь? Элементальный навык, да? Хер его знает. Брал, какой ему лук дать? Все равно нулевые все. Так. Сейчас до фонаря съезжу, а потом спрошу, какая там по сказке куда надо идти. По истории, типа. Ой-ой-ой, там у меня сыпется прям. Тим накидывает мне. Чего? Так, что символ следования? В Сумеру вам мог по символы, которые выглядят как штрих-лет цветок. С ним способ стихиями могут использовать их силу, чтобы перемещаться с большой скоростью. Если вы видите такие бутоны способны вот проще путешествовать по Сумеру. Используйте их. Да, конечно, я их использую. Мне только вот понять, что за говнешку ему надо. О, смотри. Птица Додо. Пам-пам. Красота. Слушай, она какая огромная, а? Офигеть. Да. Это интересно. Так, ну все классно. Теперь надо понять, что там по истории это было, собственно. Детская сказка. Так, что здесь просто было бы еще интересно, рекомендую сначала выполнить лес перемен. Что за финек? Твою мать. Твою мать. Лес перемен. А где у нас лес перемен? Так, ну давай посмотрим. Во, лес перемен, да? Слеживать. Это куда? О, так это совсем рядышком, ты прикинь. Окей. Так, что тут можно собрать-то? Как этим воспользоваться? Он говорит, воспользуйтесь. Как воспользоваться? Как этим воспользоваться? Хер его знает, как этим воспользоваться. Брал, какой мне лук ставить на него? Я не могу этим воспользоваться хером. Каким образом? Непонятно. Сумерская роза. Так, слушай, у него как называлась эта хрень? Лотос Нилто. Водоемы Сумеру. Ага. Ага. Подожди, а зелененькая? Пернатые плесенники. Сука. Да, это интересно. Это водоем или не водоем? Вот это вот здесь. Вон что-то есть. Не, я не понял, как этим воспользоваться. Ладно, пойдем по истории. О! О! О как! О как! Окей. Понимаю. Так, подожди, а где у меня история-то? Давай вернемся сюда. Сейчас отвечу, секунду. Так, еще разок. Где эта хрень? Вот, ну хорошо, я пытаюсь использовать, но... Угу. Интересно, это только у этих персонажей у Дендера работает фигня такая. Так. Это кто? Ты кто? Ты просто кабан, что ли? Понял. Кабан — это хорошо. Так, это какие-то местные ягоды. Так, а это что такое? Так, чего ты хочешь сказать? Плесенник. Зачатками разового для пироатаки зависит переходит в состояние оживления или обожжения. Разные награды. Ну давай, хорошо. Они перешли в какое-нибудь состояние, я не понимаю. Какая-то хрень плесенника. Что я получил? Споры плесенника. А мне что нужно было получить? Черт узнает, что мне нужно было получить. Что-то от плесенника. А, пернатые плесенники. Это кто такие вообще? Бля, это что вот это вот? Кто эти? Вы кто? А, вы мясо. Понятно. Так, я извиняюсь. А где... Ничего не понимаю. А как? Где-то внизу, что ли? У пещере? Оп. Да. Ты не пернатый плесенник, нет? Так, ну допустим. В какую-то дыру мы залезли. Подожди, а как они сюда попасть должно было исходно? Здесь под землей пройти. Ух ты, смотри.
Should be to head to Sumero City and find a way to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Так, зачем мы пришли-то сюда вообще, в принципе?
And speaking of Lesser Lord Kusanali, even though we haven't heard too much about her, she doesn't seem to be the same deity who abducted your... But even so, people call Sumero the Nation of Wisdom, you know. If we can get a chance to meet the God of Wisdom, maybe... But... Paimon doesn't know the way to Sumero City. Even if we can't see exactly where the city is, at least we'll be...
Это кто это к нам?
Look! There's someone up ahead!
Какая-то тетя Мотя.
Now we can just ask for directions rather than wander around. Hey there! We're not, huh? Did they not hear Paimon? Hey! You over there! Could you give us some directions?
Ого. Что-то под грибами, наверное.
What's going on here? There's no way she could have missed that. Well, even so, when we get the chance, we'll just ask someone else for directions. Come on, let's follow her. Just keep quiet. Make sure she doesn't notice us.
За кем мы должны идти? За тетей Мотей?
Huh? She just walked near that small waterfall and then suddenly vanished. Let's go take a closer look. Paimon thought this cave would lead to a village or something, but it looks like that's not the case. Look, she's sitting over there. Wait, what should we do now? Should we try asking her for directions again?
Давай не будем, она под грибами.
Looks like she's meditating or something.
Она сейчас тебе укажет дорогу.
It's coming from that sensor over there. This is definitely not your typical place to call home, but at least it smells nice.
Неугашенные. Так,
Huh?
накрыло.
What's the matter? You don't look too good.
Это запах.
Is the smell making you feel sick?
Под дымок попала. Плюмс.
What's happening? Traveler?
Опа. Это мы где? Секундочку. Ага, карта не нажимается. Так понимаю, куда идти надо? Это какие-то глюки. Куда идти-то? Опа. Что это было?
Yes, you can relax. Believe me, Master is extremely knowledgeable. If he says that she's going to be alright, then there's absolutely nothing to worry about. Oh, are you awake now?
Их всех штырит периодически.
Oh, thank goodness! Traveler, you're finally awake! Well, we're at... Good question. Where are we?
This is Gandharvaville. It was originally built by scholars from Sumeru as a place to rest in the rainforest. Now it's mainly used by the forest rangers as a base of operations. My name is Kale. I'm a trainee forest ranger. My master and I found you passed out during our patrol, so... Oh, no things are necessary. I didn't do anything, really. By the way, how are you feeling now? Any discomfort? Oh, that's Master's herbal medicine you're tasting.
Шоколадку надо и молочка, и...
You're unconscious. Before I forget, Master mentioned you should take... Whoops!
Упс. А, ушастый монстр.
What's the matter? Were you trying to retrieve the medicine? As I've already told you, you must be careful with these.
Sorry.
Now, the guide to Avidya Forest's edible fungi is clearly posted on our bulletin board. But if Farbode forgets which mushrooms to avoid one more time, I'll have no choice but to leave the guide somewhere a little more visible. Like right smack on his forehead so others can remind him to be careful.
Брал, давай, удачки тебе.
This is the second
Какой
time
лук поставить на Тигнаре?
Yes, please do. If, on the off chance, Farbode simply enjoys having little imaginary fairies dance before his eyes, then we'll just let him be. But the next time he requires any of our medicine, be sure to charge.
Скажи мне лук какой поставить на него. Ну ладно.
So, how are you doing? Feeling better?
Oh,
Да, ее уже не штырит.
Forest Watcher Tainari. He is chief officer over all the
Сигнатурный. Сигнатурный выкручивать надо. Ну нахер этот баннер
I
конченый.
already informed Paimon about the reason you fell unconscious earlier. But now that you're awake, it is common practice for Sumeru scholars of certain darshans to dedicate themselves to training and meditation in isolated areas. In hopes of asking directions, you two followed a scholar named Hypatia into her cave. The incense you smelled inside was the spirit. That incense typically has no effect on most people. But for a very select few, it can have profound effects on one's cognition.
Хорошо.
As you
Спасибо.
experienced firsthand. Does that very good. Now, answer me this. Did you feel anything after
Это
passing
небесное
out?
крыло, или как он
Say,
там
any
называется?
out-of-body experiences?
Или который у
Did you see
Венти.
anything while
У Венти,
unconscious?
который не пойдет ему?
Kale, let the others know to stop bringing their patrol logs here for now.
Huh? Why?
Because these two will be staying here for the next few days. They can
По
have
прототипу у меня на ганьке.
Now,
Yes, Master Tainari.
По-моему. А эти лишние, лишние
Wait,
есть.
hold on a second. Can you tell us what's going on?
А, небесный под саппорта, а тот, который
I
у
originally
Венти.
planned to send you on your way once you finished your medicine. However,
Further observation?
no need to be hasty. As long as you have the capacity to judge between right and wrong, I promise that you'll understand based on what you saw after smelling the incense and losing consciousness. If you're skeptical, have a whiff of this.
Блин, да понюхай то, понюхай все, и
You're
опять накрыло
experiencing a
ее.
similar sensation as when you
Что он ее
passed out,
заставляет
aren't you?
нюхать-то все время?
So even though your condition is stable as of now, the rainforest is home to many fierce animals and hazardous areas. If something were to happen to you again,
Понюхай это,
I'm
понюхай
afraid you
то.
might not be so lucky.
Такое
For
вообще.
now, I suggest you
Харассмент
continue
сплошной.
taking your medicine each day and avoid wandering off on your own. At least until you stop having adverse reactions to this kind of smell, okay? Good.
Нет, ну а для
Now
заглушки, а
continue
хороший ты
listening while I
какой?
fire up another bowl
Только
of medicine
полумесяц
for
или
you.
другого нет никакого? Так, он пошел отваривать ей, чтобы не только нюхала.
But just Paimon knows we're set on meeting Lesser Lord Kusanali as soon as possible. Hey! Are you even listening to Paimon? Paimon's... What's weird? You mean how you're feeling now?
Ну она только что упала.
You mean the vision of tree roots and red
Так,
skies
не
you saw?
галлюцинация, что?
But if those weren't hallucinations, what could they be?
Там было красное небо, может это
Considering
Кенриах.
how unique you are, Paimon trusts your judgment. If he misjudged your condition, then there's a chance you could get worse, right? Huh?
Какой тигнарик. Хитрый, оказывается. Фига себе. Симулятор прокрученных диалогов. Прочитай способность. Ну, сейчас. Сейчас она даст мне ее открыть, потому что это бесконечная херь. Да вот, сейчас, смотри. Так. Что ты говоришь, какое? Какую способность прочитать? Его эти самые, что ли, таланты? Стрелу, дендра, бла-бла-бла. Так, здесь у нас что? Сайт сердца создает поле. Четыре выстрела из лука. Что тебе прочитать? Более меткий прицельный выстрел с увеличенным уроном. Заряженная. Дендра урон. Так, а вот эти у него что вообще стало увеличивает? Мастерство стихий. А у него что-то от мастерства стихий. Каждый из мастерства стихий. Пу-пу-пу-пу-пу. Собрав. Мастерство стихий. Так. Ладно, посмотрим, потом разберемся. Так, куда мы должны идти? Что здесь у нас? Какие-то травки. Понюхай там, понюхай сям. Где, я не вижу. Где-то здесь. Геофакула где-то есть. Прям вот где-то здесь. Наверху, что ли? Внизу. Нифига не внизу. Так, вот эта штука вроде убивалась, нет? Не убивается. Какая-то фигня. Так, пойдем наверх, посмотрим. А, вон она точно. Так, а здесь как-то можно было залезть по специальным хреновинам. Нет, вот здесь такой хреновина. Так что же я ее видел, куда он делся? Ладно. Не видать. Нет, так и в симулякре нету. Ты чё, откуда же? Ты надо было ее выфигачивать. Так, не понял. Ага, о как. Можно было забрать. Отлично. Так. Стрим иногда подлагивает. Что-то может скачивается, хер его знает. Сейчас непонятно. Не знаю, слушай, это что-то, видимо, дрова обновил на этой самой, как называется, на видеокарте, и все. Началась вот эта херь с подлагиваниями. Посмотрим. Так. Это у меня вот... А, вон туда мне нужно. Так, как? Так, ну, допустим. Эй, я упал. Да черт. Аквасимулякры. Это же этой, по-моему, да? Как ее звали? Куда мне забраться-то, я никак не пойму. Что за тупость? Елань, да, елань не мог вспомнить название. Нет, я от нее не выкручивал. Сука, как мне туда залезть? Там на задание нажми. Приятно. Да я чай пью просто. У меня же горло побаливает. Есть чё побаливает горло. Так. Так, куда это я залез? Давайте посмотрим. Так, я куда-то, блин, залез. Так. Мать моя женщина, вы кто? Это достижение. О, ты еще живой. Какие-то штуки с них сыпятся. Это что такое? Плесенниковое ядро. Так, ладно. Вот это вот... Куда мне? Вот туда? Спасибо, буду стараться. А, вот они стоят. Нашлись.
Next, let's see your right hand. But please remember that you still need to be careful. Understand?
Yes, I will. By the way, Master, I still haven't received the patrol route for today.
Look, Kale, today's patrol will be a long one, so you won't be coming along this time.
But I have a vision too!
Don't talk like that, Kale. This is not something you need to be worrying. Ah, there you are.
Что он у нее унижает все время, он женщин как-то харасит. Нужна помощь.
Seems you're not the type to sit back and take it easy for a while, huh? In that case, and if you're feeling up to it, you can be responsible for cleaning the statue of the Seven.
Sorry, we're ready to head out.
Roger, I'll be right there.
Ушастый
Heading
борзенький.
into the forest.
Yes, you can count on me.
Всем раздал.
Kale, what exactly did Tainari mention cleaning the statue just now? But,
Well, a forest ranger's responsibilities can be pretty diverse. They handle a variety of tasks, like checking the condition of outlying roads, maintaining forest facilities. As for Master, well, he has to handle more dangerous areas of the rain. Today we can perform routine checks on the pathway lamps. As Paimon, traveler, this way! You can leave the task of checking the lamps to me. In the meantime, you two can keep an eye out for anything unusual. Nothing wrong with these two lamps. Let's move to the next ones. Oh, this lamp seems to be getting a little wobbly. Let me make a note of it. No problems with this lamp. Good. The statue of the Seven is up on top of that large rock formation. You must have seen it when you came down this road before. It's pretty high up there, isn't it? Don't worry. If you're afraid you can't make it up there, I'm sure Master wouldn't mind if you don't. Oh? I guess I'll leave it up to you then.
Paimon will fly up with you and help, by the way, Kale.
That depends. Are you referring to Greater Lord
Рукхадевати.
or Lesser Lord
Huh? Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? Oh, is that the name of the former Dendro Archon?
Uh-huh. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was Sumeru's first Dendro Archon. She created the rainforest as well as the wall of Samiel around the desert. Her works to the people of Sumeru, she's not only a symbol of wisdom, but also of power and kindness. According to what Master has told me, the sages later found the newly born Dendro Archon and whisked her back to Sumeru. To celebrate the reinstatement of their lost deity, the sages dubbed her Lesser Lord.
Uh-huh. Then,
Well, and then...
Как же они долго разговаривают?
huh? You're not too sure?
Yeah, I'm from Sumeru.
Maybe it's difficult to discuss this topic with...
No, it's not that. I'm not trying to hide something from you. Besides, I don't consider you... Anyway, you two know Amber, right?
Wait, Amber? You mean...
Yes, that's her. I once lived in Mondstadt for a while, and there's no one like Amber. She lives life to the fullest while always adhering to her strong sense of justice. She's ready to answer the... If you ask me, she's a prime example of a true outrider.
Ну хватит уже лизать.
Sorry.
Paimon thought the work of...
Sorry. I would...
It's alright, Kale. Knowing that... So, how do you know that we...
Well, after I returned to Sumeru, Amber and I have stayed in touch in one letter. She mentioned that Mondstadt was attacked by a fearsome dragon.
Пересказывать
You
все.
were the one she mentioned in the letter the moment I...
So that's how you...
Yep. So please know that you... I wish I could tell you more about the Dendro Archon, but I have been away from Sumeru for some time.
That's alright. You've already helped us a lot. We had never even heard of Great...
Oh, I'm happy that was helpful. Very... So that's why you're here.
Don't mention it. We are friends after all, right? Alright, we have a statue to clean.
You both...
Чё же у них статуя-то засраная? Зачем ее
You
чистить?
were up there cleaning.
Ну вот тоже мне. Так, что мне нужно теперь? Так, а чё мне париться? Даже могу тут телепортироваться просто.
Now that Paimon looks at it, the deity that's carved on the statue is kinda small. Do you think she's supposed to be Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? The name does seem to fit the... Well, anyway, we'll have to figure that out later. Let's get started on cleaning the statue.
Так, подожди, а тут что-то еще есть. Пойдем туда. Хм. Кто тут? Тут эта белка на меня нападает. Жесть. Так, подожди, а где здесь? Тут нету ни хрена. А внизу, что ли, тогда получается? О, так. Ку-ку. Как тут пройти? Так. Интересно.
Let's go.
Может быть, как-нибудь... Так, ну, видимо, пока сюда нельзя пройти. Ладно, потом придем. Так, ладно. Где ты, ушастый Брахмапутра?
Wait a poisonous.
We're back!
Welcome back! You must be tired after all that climbing.
Yay! Food! What kind of goodies Hey! Don't be a party pooper! It's
Что
not
все время жрать
I
хочет?
prepared a nice portable dish that forest rangers like to eat called pita pockets. I hope you... whoops!
Упс.
No, you don't have to worry. I wrapped a few layers of oiled paper around each pita. They should be fine.
Oh. Those pitas are amazing! Thank goodness you wrapped them in paper. Paimon wouldn't have been able...
Since you liked it so much, I'll be sure to give you a copy of the recipe.
Yay! Thanks, Kale!
Oh,
Kale, don't you think that Paimon knocks stuff over all the time flying around the Traveler, but she's never said anything?
no, you've got the wrong idea about Master. Sure, I've heard the veteran rangers say that Master is from some ancient and mysterious race. Oh, by the way, you've
С
heard of
большими
the
ушами.
Well, anyway, because Master does a lot of research on, but Master declines their offers every time, saying, Sumeru City is too noisy. It'd be bad for my ears. I know, right? They've always wanted to pet them too.
Ну, так вот.
Anyway, Master could have easily left the rainforest to take up a position at the academia, but he chose to stay here instead as in fact, Master's the one.
Really? Paimon wouldn't... Oh, speaking of Tainari, he was the one who took care of you after finding you passed out yesterday. Paimon's still kinda upset, though. He kept scolding...
Oh no, I'm sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little. But, it's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling, Why, oh why? Is she going to die?
Hey! Don't let...
О, какой кошмар.
Hey! Now even Kale started to laugh. Ugh, that's it! Paimon won't...
No! Don't touch me!
Oh, sorry, Kale. But...
No, I just...
У нее травма.
Are you okay? What's the matter?
No, I'm... I'm fine. I'm sorry. I must have startled you both Oh, well, it's getting late now. Let's hurry back to Gandharville.
Huh? What was up with Kali just now? And why is she in such a hurry all of a sudden?
Traveler, you've returned.
Yep, we're back.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
I think I'll stay here a while.
Hyman was thinking all night about what happened with Kale, and still can't figure out what the problem might be. Maybe she's in a better mood now. Let's go check on her.
Ah, it's you two. I was just about to go look for you.
Huh? Tainari? What are you doing here? Where's Kale?
I came to check on Kale's condition. To put it...
Ну, он же всех накуривает. Накурил бы ее сейчас там или грибов дал.
No need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This sickness is something that Kale has been dealing with for some time. Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for
So, Tainari, what's really wrong with Kale?
Let's take this conversation elsewhere.
А, то есть он все-таки накормил ее грибами. Так, окей, где мы будем разговаривать? Вот там вот.
All right, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized that you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. So, just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, I am going to tell you because... Well, because Kale asked me to.
Какие же они все странные, это
And
елки-палки.
honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past, but she insisted. Saying you two treat...
So, Tainari, what exactly is wrong with Kale?
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted
Eleazar.
with a disease called Elazar.
Elazar?
Yes, it's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body. At first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on the effect. In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body.
That sounds terrifying. Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a little...
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or holding anything. With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled. Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Kale over to an organization known as the Fatui after one of their members lied and said they had a cure.
What? The Fatui?
Фатуи
it
тут
appears
тоже.
you're already familiar with them. Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the Doctor. I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that Kale was with them. However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant. Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience... Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday.
She doesn't need to apologize. None of
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her
ставили
that in
над
person
ней
the
опыты.
next time you see her. Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships.
Don't worry, Tainari. We'll take good care of her.
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led... Though, I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable when she first arrived here in Gandharvaville. She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. Her stamina has gotten much worse recently. Though a moderate amount of physical exercise is all... Alright, now that I've told you about Kale's past...
Yeah, we'd like to do...
Alright, but I must warn you two. The rainforest...
Пойдем уже в лес. Хватит болтать.
We'll be looking...
Hey, Tainari? Where's
Соберите
that man
травы.
to find this plant?
Lunar Lo...
Угу.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. Lunar lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me.
Ну как? Чё, как
The
подействовать-то на
large
них?
petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumero have names that are contrary to their species.
О, как.
Take the Kalpalata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, completely contrary to its name.
Oh, huh. Okay then. Note to Paimon. Never bring up the topic of flowers with Tainari.
Да, и грибов тоже. Угу. Да что было?
Rebuild.
А это что такое? Подожди. Бутоны соцветия при контакте с дендро разбрасывают. Будет проще путешествовать. Так, это что? Катализ. С водой. Оживите их с помощью электро. А, электро. Я не то сделал. Подожди. А это вот чем надо? Это водой его? Не, нифига, вот этим. Что это было? А я точно путешествую в нужном направлении? Что-то мне подсказывает, что нет. Ага. Электро, да?
Shine down.
Ого, спасибо. Введем обязательно. Спасибо, Денис, за кодик. Куда это я залез? Так, подожди, это у нас вообще в другую сторону. Ну, вон я вижу, но то можно попасть, интересно. Угу. Изи-бризи. Дендрокула называется. Господи. Мазафакула. Какая-то избушка. Так. Пойдем, вот там есть телепорт. А, мать моя, женщина.
Illusion shattered.
Херасе.
Beg for mercy. I can put these to good use. Shut up.
Так, ладно. Кого призвать? Дендрогранум. Угу. А, это вокруг такие фишечки будут летать. Так, ну ладно. Где у нас телепорт? Кто? Персик Зайтун. О. Так, телепорт. Хорош. И чё? Угу, супер. Так, а мне интересно, я могу так скопировать просто? Сюда. Копировать. Где у нас коды-то? Или здесь нельзя код это самое? Раньше же вроде можно было, не? Вот он. Неверный. Жик, ну-ка еще раз проверяем. Неверный код. О, теперь верный. Спасибо.
You want to learn some Favonia's blade work?
Класс.
All right then, I'll teach you. Oh yes, I'll teach you all right. Mark my words.
Угу. Где-то здесь еще я... Один Дракула. Где-то вот тут вот. Кто-нибудь увидит? Я... Ух ты, их 2 целых. Прям вот здесь.
Can't see.
Еще не могу двигаться. Ой! Я получил один Дракулу. Вот, а где вот та была? Непонятно. Хм.
Keep up.
Какой-то колодец, что ли? Прям вот здесь. Ну, вот здесь, значит, внизу, скорее всего. Ой, нет, ты сейчас не убьешь.
There is no escape. Beg for mercy.
Ну, давай. Поищем внизу. Ну, вот не видать проходов каких-то тут. Подожди, а не те цветочки, которые надо. Во. Во. Так, а этим? Так, я сюда поставлю значок. Так, где мне взять эти хреновины? Где вот этих козлов взять, а? Это не они оказались.
There should be lunar lotuses growing somewhere in this area. Let's split up and begin searching. If you could manage to gather 4 of them, we'll rendezvous here once you've gathered the needed...
Я же их нашел.
We found the lotuses you requested.
Let me take a look. I'm quite glad you two came along. Your exploration experience...
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, Tainari, someone's calling your name.
Ah yes, that's Amir and the others. But let's go find out what's going on.
Это вот не они?
Allow me.
Или это просто грибы? Лесника.
Beg for mercy.
А как активно, чтобы было?
I hear everything.
Shudder.
Спящим... Что? Споры. Что значит неактивное? Как его активное, что оно было? Пернатые плесенники. Вот это же не пернатые, походу, да, плесенники?
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
The withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already clear just a week ago. It reappeared so quickly. Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire...
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get a clear enough view to tell.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading. So we didn't risk getting any closer.
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision.
Wait, Tainari, why don't you...
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar. There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru rainforest. It's called... The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even people. If you don't carry...
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. I wasn't kidding when I said the rain. As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will...
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, we first make a record of the location and then have a ranger with the proper abilities deal with it, like Tainari here. Only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to deal with it.
Привет, котик.
But you don't seem to carry a vision.
Don't worry, she may not have a vision, but
It seems the rumors about you are true.
Пошли
In fact,
уже,
we
хватит
typically only
болтать.
teach visitors-
Так, а что здесь собрать могу?
Keep up.
Что-то. Еще что-то где-то. То мне затинари это самое высвечиваются, интересно. Угу, наверху есть хренька. Ну, давай слазим. Да, Сумера вышла. Новые персонажи, новый регион, новые механики всякие разные. Короче, куча всего нового. Кругом грибы, короче. Как видишь, по скалам все равно надо лазить. В этом плане ничего не поменялось. На телефоне, да, разве неудобно? Я на iPad играл. Даже на телефоне играл, в принципе, нормально. Если не тормозит. Почему я не могу? Странно. Что бы это значило? Хм. Ну ладно. Так, телепорт есть. Тикс. Это что за грибы? Это не пернатый кто-то? Кто это? Нет?
Shine down.
Rust rebuild!
Flood of frost.
One with the forest.
More speed. Crush. Beg for mercy.
Что с нас падает? Неактивное ядро.
I can put these to good use.
Почему какой-то? Непонятно. Непонятно.
Stop. Don't move any further. Look there in the distance.
Huh? Where? Oh, look! Oh, Paimon doesn't like the look of this.
That is the withering. All right, traveler. We're going to have to enter that withering zone. Once inside, we'll need to look for what we call tumors of the withering. If we eliminate those, then the area will be saved. Thank you. But I must warn you. Don't push yourself. Even with elemental powers, once you step... You ready then? Let's go.
Пойдем уже.
First, we must locate any branches sustaining the withering zone.
Уменьшает сопротивление всем элементам. Ну, типа собачек, короче. Лишаться сознания. Чтобы нейтрализовать, видание.
Allow me. Crush.
Так, а кого надо уничтожить-то?
Shudder. There is no escape. Beg for mercy. Shudder.
Дендограном, а где его взять? Здесь, что ли?
Beg for mercy. Shudder.
Что такое, ну?
Beg for mercy. More speed. Shudder.
Кого надо атаковать? Я атакую.
Beg for mercy.
Нет, ни хрена.
Crush.
Потому что я, наверное, тупой.
Beg for mercy.
А, заряженный атакой или прицельным выстрелом? О-о-о.
I'm not finished
Чё?
my research.
Срань господня. Так, подожди.
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
Crush.
Now, destroy the tumors of the withering.
Ни хрена непонятно.
Everything's returning to normal now.
Yes, thanks to you two. We were...
Tainari? You make it sound...
It's that obvious, huh? Recently, the rate at which the withering zone appears has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that withering zone, It won't be long before another one appears. If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe than that. For instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, many of the plants that were affected will not recover. This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline, and most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started to increase.
Huh? Well, why is...
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintance. No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. By the way, have you heard of Irminsul before? Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface. Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense. You can basically think of it as a large tree that grows downwards rather than upwards. I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending.
Да, это её глючит.
Continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul. The Dendro Archon is known as the God of Wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also said that the Dendro Archon's power is a manifestation. And as for the withering, its emergence is related to a disease that's That's right. My ancestors learned of this from great
Сумеру все больные.
a long time ago. But even those mysterious creatures did not know of a cure for
Так,
Irminsul.
секунду, я телегу гляну. Тишина в телеге. Так, продолжаем разговор.
I'm afraid we rangers will be battling the withering zones here for a long time until a cure is found. All right, that's enough on this topic for the time.
Так, что-то сделали. А вот здесь есть еще где-то наверху. Телепорт. Окей, так. Окей. Давай сюда вернемся. Все, чувачок у нас ужил. Слушай, а где же мне у зеленые камни-то взять эти, а? Пернатые плесенники, бля. Что это за херь? Пернатые... Подожди. Стоп. Чтобы не висела над нами эта галочка. Так, сейчас водички возьму.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's all part of the learning process.
Так, погнали дальше. Куда надо?
The value of knowledge cannot simply be quantified in monetary terms.
Oh, Tainari, you all made it back. How did it go?
The withering zone you reported has been taken care of. Huh. Wait, is that?
Грибы.
Oh no, Hypatia!
Ой, Хайпасия. Это кто такая? Хайпасия.
Huh? What's wrong, Tainari?
This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were following when you first arrived in Sumeru.
Her? How could we forget?
Let me see what's written in the letter first.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face?
Yes, allow me to explain. After we brought you from Hypatia, she must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat. And it appears...
Господи, она 3 дня ничего не ела.
For 3 days?
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines. But needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should still get to her as quickly as possible.
Какие персонажи хорошие для приключений? Те, которые тебе нравятся. Абсолютно без разницы. Главное, чтобы разные были на все случаи жизни. Кто-то двуручник, с луком и так далее. Выбирай просто тех, которые тебе нравятся.
Paimon, Traveler, could you two bring these to her?
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations? But will the Traveler be okay if her cave is still filled with that funny incense?
Let's find out. Here, Traveler, take a smell and see.
Опять ее нюхать заставляет.
How do you feel?
Huh? Really? But wait, how'd you know?
Back when we were clearing the withering zone, I observed that she could adeptly manipulate the dendro element. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsol's ley lines, was what I described similar at all to what... That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all. Though I don't intend to apologize for deceiving you.
А в Genshin телефоне через геймпад можно играть? Понятия не имею. Слушай, серьезно, не знаю. Хрен его знает. Я ни в одну игру не играл на телефоне с геймпада.
Because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of Sumeru, but the entire... My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with her. Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my confidence, and I no longer feel the need to... When you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with... I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead.
That sounds nice and all, but will she really help us? Seriously, she completely ignored us the last time we tried talking to her.
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training. During that time, she must avoid communicating with others.
Ну, не бери лучников.
Please, wait here for a moment. Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some. Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just show. No.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing. Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing. Allow me. Illusion shattered. Crush.
Enshroud!
Shudder.
Все неактивное. А что оно было активное? Что надо сделать?
At least good luck doesn't discriminate by clan.
О май гад. Так, секунду, сейчас приду.
Knights and aristocrats share the same cultural heritage, but the knights had enough sense to do away with all the superfluous detail.
Так, продолжаем разговор. Куда я шел? Туда, в пещеру. Куда-то. А, где пещера? Где-то тут? А, вот она. Никого не дома. Она зарылась. Что происходит? Она грибом стала? Что это такое? Все. Загружается. Огромный гриб.
Hypatia. There's no way we can get her to eat in her current Huh? Wait. What? Huh? How'd things out here end up? What happened? And where are we? Really?
Идите вперед сквозь дупло. Ну, пойдем сквозь дупло. Если это действительно сквозь дупло.
This place is huge! Paimon knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind. Shut up!
Чё с них ничего не падает? Где он? Прыгучий гриб. Так. Ну. Подожди, если я это... Ага. Черт. Это что такое?
Can't see.
Ни хрена. Так, ладно, понял. Что такое? Нормальная такая тема, можно было пешком, оказывается, пройти. А, здесь что? Это куда? А, это я вернулся вообще назад, все понял. Ну, давай еще раз там. Фу. Да чтоб тебя. Так, грибы продолжаются.
Huh? What happened just now? Why'd everything around us suddenly change?
Shine down.
Да что ж такое-то? Что за фигня? Боже, вот их колбасит. Первобытный янтарь. Три куска откроют соответствующий проход. Так, ну и что делать? Почему три куска? Так, ну и что? Куда теперь? Опа. Здрасте. Как говорится.
There is no escape. Shudder. Vengeance will be mine.
One with the forest.
Crush.
Billowing surge!
I'll uproot you.
Shine down. Beg for mercy. Shudder. Crush. Beg for mercy.
Rust and rebuild!
Так, это что такое? Это не слишком наркоманский, нет? Боже мой. Ну и чё? Куда мне? Пардон. Пу-пу-пу-пу. Чё? Открыли какую-то дверьку. Слушай, ну это наркомания, конечно, суровая. Да, Шпайман замолчала.
What in Tibet is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute! Hey! What's the matter? You don't look so good.
Ща, куда? А куда нам идти-то, алё? Сюда, что ли?
Let's move out.
Allow me.
There is no escape.
Enshroud!
Так, ну и что, мы сломались? О, я вот здесь стою. Все? Ну, я здесь. Все? По ходу капсда игре. Что сделать? Видимо, все. На этом заканчиваем, да, все на свете. Вот что мне здесь, ну-то на хере-то. Что сюда сделать? Подтвердить. Давай еще раз зайдем, что он не работает. Они бы уже прислали бы, наверное, что оно сломано. А, блин, с этого места заново, черт. Ладно, быстренько сейчас. Все, есть, все есть, да, все. Да. Это мы видели. Давай скорее. Так, ну вот этот гриб ты что-то должен был сделать? Или что с ним произошло? Так, ты. Так. Ага. Либо не догрузилось что-то, непонятно.
There you are. Hi, patient. There's no way we can get her to eat her. Huh?
Так, ну здесь мы ничего не можем взять, как бы, да? Пойдем. То есть на грибе загружается этот самый. Так, пойдем быстро пробежимся.
This place is huge. I'm on
Так, ну,
Nature's
здесь мы уже сражались.
Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind.
Ни хрена с них не падает. Посмотрим сейчас.
Huh? What happened just now? Why'd everything around us suddenly change?
Коробку мы отсюда забрали.
Time to scout.
Да, но...
Shine down. Flood of frost.
One with the forest.
Beg for mercy.
Let's nip that in the bud. One thing after flowers.
Сука такая.
Shudder.
Hold the line.
Crush. More speed. Shudder.
Чего?
Rust and rebuild.
Стоять, что ли, должна? Ну, вот в этом домике, да, проблемы же были?
What in Tibet is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute. Hey, what's the matter? You don't look so good.
Так, ну я вроде дождался, да? Я тупая фигня, тупая башка. Понятно, спасибо. Спасибо. Что там? Кто там? О! Знакомые все. Чебуреки.
Illusion shattered. Torn to oblivion.
Can't see.
Vengeance will be mine. There is no escape. Beg for mercy.
Стой на месте, хватит мотаться.
Allow me.
Illusion shattered. Beg for mercy.
Собака такая.
There is no escape.
Enshroud.
Crush.
Подожди, а чем мне тебя... У меня нет ничего, что ли? Я могу поменять? Блин.
Inazuma shines eternal.
О. Я его бахнул.
Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it. We faced others like him before. What's
Though you may have managed to avert countless crises before, your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are. Your brother. His Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence in his eyes is that of an annoying bug. The bonds of love and family which drive you to find your sibling. But don't you fret now. Today will be...
Зачем сломать ему щит, интересно? А, так это опять все приснилось? Да ёп, тут ее колбасит.
What do we do? Oh, there she is! Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her food on... are you okay? Anyways, we can talk about this later. We better... Whoa, wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around her. We can put that to good use.
Who is there? Tainari, is that you?
Тайнари она его зовет.
Huh?
It's okay. You can relax, Hypatia. Tainari sent us here to bring you some food and water. Here, we have a letter that he asked us to give you.
I see. So, you're friends of Tainari. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me.
Well, actually, we were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this fruit like...
Oh, really? I seem to understand now.
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living?
Oh? So,
Это вообще глюк, оказывается, к тому же. А,
Hold on a second, traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw some...
no, I actually do believe what the traveler is saying. I myself had a similar experience. You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream.
So, Hypatia, just what kind of creature is your neighbor exactly?
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I do know that they have some sort of deeper connection with the Dendro Archon. I know this because the first time I saw them, was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Irminsul. Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart was still pounding, and at that very moment, I suddenly noticed a small figure at the opening of the cave. In my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. They must have already been used to me living in the cave. It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Oh! And then?
And then I had a dream. I was convinced they'd never show up again. But sure enough, I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. Yes, no doubt about that. By the way, Tighnari mentioned in his letter that you had questions for me regarding Irminsul. Sorry about that.
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier... Alright, we're up, traveler. Today's menu will feature sweet...
Sounds good. I've never tried...
Ах, блин.
What's our objective?
А что нужно приготовить? Приготовьте еду на костре, сделать бенто.
All done! Let's use the empty box that Tighnari gave us since we already watched it. Oh, it smells amazing!
Все сожрет. Консерва. Так.
Are you already finished cooking? Even though everything you mentioned was in Tighnari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able to connect with Irminsul immediately after smelling Spiritborn ale for the first time. It took me nearly 3 years before I could do so. You should know that some researchers spent their entire lives without ever successfully connecting with Irminsul as you have.
So why does this incense allow people to connect to Irminsul?
The ingredients used to make Spiritborn ale primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. These special ingredients are conducive to heightening our senses to the Dendro Archon's power. Since the root of the Dendro Archon's power lies within Irminsul, we can occasionally tap into her powers to peer into the depths of the earth. That's all right.
Ничего не понимаю.
I'm sure you'll come to a clearer understanding as you remain in Sumeru.
Makes sense. But Paimon's got a question. Why was she sensitive to the smell of those plants for such a long time?
That was primarily due to her body's unique constitution. Stimulated by the incense, she could perceive the Dendro Archon's power and experience the sensory overload, hence the adverse reactions. Taking in any scent similar to the ingredients of Spiritborn ale would cause adverse effects. Not to worry though, it appears you've already fully recovered. Technically, your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon, but unless you're using intentional meditation techniques, the scent of Spiritborn ale should no longer trigger such reactions.
Whew. Well, that's a relief.
Так, сейчас секундочку гляну тут. Так, вернулся, ответил.
I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering from pounding headaches for the rest of my life, I'd consider it worthwhile so long as I could connect with Irminsul at will.
Whoa, you're really serious about this whole thing, aren't you?
I am a researcher after all. As a member of the Ritale Star
Какие же длинные диалоги-то, ё-моё.
Research is the stars and their connection to the fate of living being, which is why I must turn to the all-knowing Irmin. If only my perception wasn't so limited. Unfortunately, I am currently in the stage of training known as Satyavada life. Many researchers in Sumeru have lost their minds while seeking to attune with Irminsul. Sages have said that Irminsul contains divine knowledge, and touching such knowledge without the proper preparations and abilities will only lead to one's mind caving in on itself. That's why we meditate alone.
С грибами. Никто не пострадал.
Of course I do. Especially during nights that are pitch black with no moonlight. However, I've been feeling better as of late. I believe that being able to see them is a sort of blessing from the... But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the god.
What's so strange about that? It doesn't sound so out of place for a
Well, it's strange because nearly nobody in Sumeru can... Yes, well, to an extent. The sages say that wisdom implies rationality, but that which occurs in dreams is often neither rational nor logical. Yes, if one struggles, the fact that the people of Sumeru do not have dreams is seen as a blessing by the sages. I was born into a family of scholars in Sumeru City. Ever since, I studied hard, enrolled as a student in the academia, and went on to become a But then, on the day I scared the little Aranara, I suddenly saw a dream again. It was incredible. Though I don't exactly back then. I was foolish and ignorant as any youth would be. Just be sure not to speak of this if you
So, do you have any thoughts about the things she said?
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any answers as of now. If only I could ascend past Satyavada life and begin. If you two are ever in the area again, there's no need to be thankful.
Ай, вот ее колбасит бедную, а. Все, хватит уже. Кто там пишет опять?
Asia is all right and had the chance to ask her some questions. Paimon thinks it's about time to head back to Gandharvaville.
Ага. Так, вернитесь в Гандхарову. Господи, как все это запомнить? Гандхарова, Факмахарова. Какая-то. Где мне зеленые камни взять для него, а? Вот у меня что вопрос. Это вот вопрос вопросов.
Let's go gather some samples. I'm not finished my research.
Какого хрена я упал? Так, сейчас приду. Продолжаем. Сейчас только из провода поправлю. Так, а что так тихо-то? О, так лучше. Там ничего не слышно. Так. Туда, чтобы телепортнуться. Телепорта нет ни хрена, да? Да ё-моё. Так, где? О. Брахмапутра.
Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand. I understand that you're a forest watcher and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But isn't it evident that such work is not a lasting solution to the problem? As Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumero City is pivotal in finding a cure for Irminsul. How could you possibly refuse?
Keep your emotions in check, Ghulam. Let's at least listen.
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you... I am merely a forest watcher. How could the great mind...
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter had some implications on...
I see. Huh. And I figured that given his temper, he would come here and berate me personally.
Tainari, your master is an integral part of this effort.
And what exactly does my master need of me, Sage?
You'll know once you've arrived.
And how long will I be required to stay?
There's no definite answer.
Do you mean to tell me that despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, you still can't answer the questions I laid out in the letter? If that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot give you a definite answer either.
Какой неприятный, ушастый.
So be it. Come, Ghulam, we're leaving.
Но у них модная одежда, в отличие от этих всяких львесцев. Или это спецназ какой-то.
Tainari, welcome.
It's nothing. Some people from the academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project. But all that can wait. How did things go with Hypatia?
It was quite the eventful trip, but the main thing is that she's...
Very good. Now that the traveler has made a full recovery, there shouldn't be any reason for you to tarry here longer. I assume...
That's right! We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali and ask her for advice.
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't...
Well, do you at least know anyone?
Let me think. My trips to Sumeru... How about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give to a Also, when you enter Sumeru City, you'll probably end up receiving something like this item here. I'm not sure...
Oh? What is...
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the academia that utilizes... Needless to say, this device...
Great! Next up, Sumeru City! That's right! Tainari, we have something...
Yes, she's doing much better. She knew you two would be leaving.
Thanks, Tainari.
Farewell.
Интересно, нам персонажа дали, она тоже болеет и не двигается? Так, куда нам зайти-то нужно? Где она лежит? Фак. А, вот она уже не лежит. Она уже очень даже бегает.
I've been waiting for you two.
Thanks for waiting here just to see us off, Kale. We're headed to some...
До встречи.
I can take and well, but I guess now I understand.
Очень медленно говорит.
Apologize, Kale. We're probably still gonna worry about your condition.
Thank you. That means oh, it's my recipe for pita pockets. I told you that I'd give you a...
Yay! Thanks, Kale.
I hope that whenever you eat them, you'll both remember clothing.
Пожрать что дала.
Tricky Forest Ranger
Консерве.
Kale. Did you both...
Рецепт. Прекрасно. Пипири-пири-пипи. Куда нас теперь? Йоу-йоу-йоу. Здесь у нас открывается, она здесь открывается. Кстати, интересно, да? Интересно. Вот это интересно. Что за башня невежества, награды? А, это вот эти новые штуки. Угу. Это новые штуки. А это значит артефаки? Нет, не артефаки, это возвышение. Артефаковая хрень. Непонятно же. Вот, наверное, здесь. Во, пойдем. Ну-ка сюда как-то можно забраться, наверное, нахер. Вот сюда. Вот, отслеживать. Так, пойдем телепортнемся. Извиняюсь, от этой самой, отвлекусь от этой самой, от программы. У меня, честно говоря, не с их базара уже в печенках. Пойдем вот сюда вот сходим. Где этот? Что здесь лежит? Вот этот цветок. Не, подожди. Чего? А, нет, сахарок. Здесь что-то есть. Ни хрена тут нет. Обманули. Ну ладно. А, вон там что-то есть, наверное. О, интересно, вот это как раз расхреначить? Угу. И чем еще можно долбануть? Может, можно огнем долбануть?
Let's finish this swiftly.
Не, ни хрена. Как эту фигню ломать, непонятно.
I'll lead the way.
А! Херня, короче, не работает. Опа, опа, опа. Так, рыжа, это что у нас? Вода. Ну, вода так вода, давай. Воду в воду. Раз мне так кажется, что это хорошо. Давайте одиночный режим. Попробуем. То есть будет? Ого! Понимаю. Ага. Ну такое. Подожди, а что там про них сказали-то, я не почитал. Пусто. Так, получив, он выпускает злого духа и принимает заряженную форму, которая значительно усиливает его боеспособность. В ослабленном состоянии. Ну, чтобы я что-то понял из этого, ну ладно. Фух. Ну вот, дендроурон. Понимаю. Повторить. Хорошо. О. Хорошо. Перышко было. Цветок уже был, мне кажется. Где он там? Ну да, 2 цветка. Сила атаки, крит урон, восстановление энергии. Вот, это мне дали как бы перо и 2 цветка. Угу. Ты что за хрень? Мастерство стихий. Да сдохни уже. Так, надо что-нибудь другое, чтобы дали. Часы. На мастерство стихии. И защита. Защита. Такое. Все равно можно ему поставить, конечно. Пока место. Чтобы было. А где он, кстати? взять кубок. Давайте еще пару раз. Блин, не то нажал. Опять чашку дали. Ну ладно. Пока закончим на этом. Так, вот это он где? Это вот там. Фатуешь, что ли? Кто тут у нас стоит? Это хрена просто. Что-то падает интересно. Выцветший красный шелк. Интересно. Так. Это я тут, это я тут. Бла-бла-бла, бла-бла. Кстати, а может там камушки продаются? Ну ладно, давай через квест, хрен с ним.
Sumeru City! We finally made it! Oh, did you see that? When those people entered the city, something on their head...
One moment, please, you two. It appears this is your first time visiting Sumeru City.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But how did you know that?
Because there's currently no information on either of you in the Akasha.
О, это наше будущее.
But no need to worry. That won't prevent you from entering the city. In fact, the Academia conveniently provides each traveler to Sumeru City with a device. Perhaps you two have heard of the Akasha before. It's our beloved Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's lasting legacy. After centuries of tireless research on the Akasha, the Academia created one of its most ingenious inventions, the Akasha Terminal. As long as you are within Sumeru's borders, you may use an Akasha Terminal to connect directly to the Akasha and access any knowledge you need. I should mention that due to technical limitations, the operation of Akasha terminals will be much smoother and more effective in large cities such as Sumeru City and Port Ormos.
Oh, so this is the thing that Tainari was telling us about. It sounds...
You two are quite fortunate. Until recently, it was standard practice to only issue Akasha terminals to outlanders who spent an extended amount of time in Sumeru. However, this policy was recently changed, and now all travelers are issued one upon arrival. Here are your Akasha terminals.
It kinda looks like...
To activate it, simply hold it in your hand and say the following phrase to yourself. May the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom.
Oh! Since this little doodad lets you access knowledge, maybe we can use it to find a way to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali. Let's give it a try. May the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom.
Так, ну что, услышим мы голос мудрости? Опа, опа. Вау.
Something clicked, and Paimon suddenly knew how to use this thing. It seems all we need to do is concentrate on what we want to know, and bam! You get it.
Exactly. That is the power of the Akasha. And with that, let me officially welcome you both to Sumeru City. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon always be your guide.
Okay, now that we're in, we can check the Akasha about Lesser Lord 500 years ago, the sages found a newly born deity from within some scorched ruins. The deity now resides in the sanctuary of Suristana. Okay, next, let's concentrate on asking how to meet her. Huh? Paimon doesn't sense anything. Oh, come on! Ugh. Focusing on this question feels... Paimon's brain is exhausted. Oh, smart idea. But what are you going to ask it? Uh-oh. Paimon's getting all teary-eyed all... You too? way we try, we can't find anything that'll lead us. He's from Sumeru and even has a position in the academia. Maybe. Let's see. Tainari wrote an address on the letter's envelope. Oh, it's not far from the city's gate. Let's head over and have a look. Hopefully he's at home.
Так, давайте, во-первых, сходим вот сюда. Уже лучше. Во-вторых, здесь магазинчик был. Не понял. Наверху, что ли? Может, у них зеленые камни эти вонючие есть, а? Подожди, это у нас Катерина. Это у нас Катерина. Это не то. О, Сумеру можно. Так. Какие-то шишки. Достигнув лимита нереальных экспедиций. Фак, надо было кого-то сюда отправить за шишками. Ну, в следующий раз. Так, а мне интересно, где у них магазинчик вот наркоманский. Вот этот с камнями. Вот здесь, что ли? Ребят, он меня нахрен послал. Я так надеялся, у него зеленые камушки купить. Ну ладно.
Yes, that's me. Can I help?
Great! You see, Tainari sent us here and...
What? Tainari? Please, there's no need to say anything, really. Sure, I admit that the article I published last month wasn't my best work, and maybe the
Here! This is a letter...
Oh, let me see. Seems even Tainari acknowledges my innate ability for procuring information.
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali.
You mean you want to meet the Dendro Archon herself? This isn't exactly... Sorry, the Akasha...
What? You too? But what about your abilities for...
Well, as I said, this isn't my area of expertise. I am but a lowly researcher, so the Akasha doesn't see a need. All I know is that ever since Lesser Lord Kusanali returned to Sumeru, she's never left the Sanctuary of Sorasthana or made a public opinion.
Huh. Didn't expect her to be...
The Dendro Archon is somewhat of a recluse. Perhaps she just doesn't want to entertain visitors, which would explain the lack of information in the Akasha.
Aw, but then what can we...
No need to worry just yet. I'm only And besides, you two should consider the bright side of things. Not being able to... In this world, there will always be information you cannot obtain from the Akasha, and things you can never... Take me, for example. It's a miracle if my brain cells can spit out one paper every 3 years. But don't mention it. If you two ever want information about things like who's been promoted within the academia, or relations between the... Hey, come on! This is...
Paimon's expectations were pretty... So what do we do now? Even if we want to talk to... Huh? Like who? Oh, you're right! Cat...
Так, сейчас, секунду.
sure I've forgotten something. Not to worry, I'll simply send someone to fetch it. As soon as I remember what it was.
Yes, we must document every something like that about me. It's plain hurtful.
Watch out for pickpockets. I've been handed all the cumbersome tests again.
Как-то все-таки им бегать более аутентично.
I'll lead the way.
Зеленых камней негде надыбать. Так.
Ad Astra Abyssosque.
Catherine, we need your help with something.
Understood. The Adventurers Guild is always ready to serve you.
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know?
You two wish to meet with Sumeru's Archon. Understood.
Вот зависнет, мне кажется. Она тоже грибочки употребляет.
I apologize, but I am unable to call up any relevant information in the account.
Aww, another dead end. Well, if...
Please do not worry. I may know of someone who can help you to. In Sumeru, the Adventurers Guild does not serve as the vanguard of information. Rather, they take on various contracts and work all across Sumeru. An Eremite brigade called the Corps of 30 is in charge of Sumeru City's defenses. Not only are they the
Corps of 30? What a...
Supposedly, they are named as such because Asfand, an advisor with the Corps of 30, maintains good relations with the Adventurers Guild. If you'd like to get in contact with him,
Местный делюк.
you can find him at the Corps of 30's headquarters. You're welcome.
Alright, off to the Citadel of Rexar we go!
Это что за дырка? У-ху-ху-ху. Па-па-па-па-па.
Welcome. The Adventurers Guild told me to expect you two.
It's nice to meet you, Asfand. We'd like to ask you about something.
I see. So, Catherine's the one who sent you this way. Ha! It's true that the Eremites' network is vast, but even I can't help you meet the Dendro Archon.
Wait, seriously?
Afraid so. The Eremites aren't terribly religious, so we don't know. We originally came from the desert. The gods there died off long ago. Since those days, we've used our own two hands to carve out a living. We don't beg gods for their aid. It isn't just us, though. If you ask me, I think most in Sumeru aren't interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Oh? Why's that?
Just take the Academia, for example. They're the ones who truly rule Sumeru. Although they believe in gods, most of them only care for the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. In their eyes, she was the one who founded Sumeru and gifted us with the Akasha. Lesser Lord Kusanali just happened to him. Because of the Academia's influence, most citizens are more familiar with Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali never makes an appearance. And the Academia never announces anything about her. As far as the people of Sumeru.
Really?
Ha! But who knows? We're all...
Alright, well...
No problem.
Ну да, прохожие, главное, знают. Эти не знают.
Seems Osfond was right about most people's attitudes here. Not only are they not interested in the Dendro Archon, they even say stuff like, if the Akasha doesn't think I should know, then I don't need to know about it. We've been asking for information non-stop ever since we got to Sumeru. But the harder we try, the more helpless everything seems. Isn't there at least one person in this entire city who cares about Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Oh, you two are interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh?
Кто это?
From the sound of it, you two are Outlanders who recently arrived here. You've been asking around for information on Lesser Lord Kusanali, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself.
Дуньярзада? Серьезно?
Really? Then do you know?
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. But your conversation earlier did happen to remind me of a legend about the Dendro Archon. Sure. It goes like this. Long, long ago, there was a man who heard a prophecy. It predicted that a great calamity was about to befall him. Panicked by what he heard, the man sought out the Dendro Archon in hopes that she would bless him with the wisdom to help him escape his predicament. The man journeyed across deserts and through rainforests and experienced tribulations of every kind. However, he still couldn't find any trace of the Dendro Archon. In despair, he thought, alas, the Archon has abandoned me. He then had no choice but to sorrowfully resign to his fate.
Okay, and then what happened?
And then, the calamity came. But to his own surprise, the man felt somehow emboldened by the trials of his journey. At that moment, a bird perched upon his shoulder. This bird was, in fact, an avatar of the Dendro Archon. She said, "O Archon Seeker, do you now understand? She and her wisdom have long been found by you. Along your journey, we were in every flower and blade of grass, every ray of sparkling sun, and every breath of dancing wind. So
yeah, thanks for the story. Paimon feels all warm and fuzzy inside after that.
Алкаш, привет.
In a way, it seems like this story is also one of the Dendro Archon's avatars.
Dunyarzad, since you worship Lesser Lord Kusanali, can you tell us anything else about her?
Of course. So did you two know that, I'm terribly sorry, but it seems something's come up.
Кого это так очкануло?
Hey, wait! What the heck just happened? It looks like they're searching for someone. This stinks! We finally managed to find a lead about Lesser Lord. Let's see if we can get rid of them.
Hey, have you two seen a brown-haired girl wearing a purple top and a long blue dress? Or look...
Did she have bandages wrapped around her wrists?
Yes, that's her. Did you see which direction she went?
Yeah, she went that way.
Quick, after her.
Такая Пайман вообще хитрая. Догоните Дурнозаду. А где Дурнозада?
There you are, Dunyarzad. We thought you might have been long gone by now.
Oh, it's you two. Oh, you startled me there.
You can relax now. We threw those people looking for you off the trail.
Really? Thank you so much. Unfortunately, I believe there's still more of them out there looking for me. Uh-oh, looks like there's some coming this way.
Huh? More of them? Then what are we standing here for? Run!
No, wait, my body isn't in the best shape. It's difficult for me to run. Okay, sounds good. There's a tavern on the other side of the port we can go to. They probably wouldn't expect me to hide in a place like that.
All right, let's move out. Stay behind us. We'll keep an...
Так, пойдем в таверну. Дурнозада. Или где-то вернут.
We made it. Oh, they shouldn't be able to find us now. Wait, stand down, Dia.
Какая женщина.
My lady, who are these two? They're travelers that I met on the street just a moment ago. They happen.
I see. In that case, you two should scram. There's nothing here for you.
Wait a sec! Who the heck are you? And wait—
I'm Miss Dunyarzad's bodyguard, here to see that she returns home safe and sound. My lady, let's get going. You've been gone for so long that your parents are worrying themselves sick.
And if I refuse to go with you?
It'd be easier for the both of us if you cooperated. But if you insist on not going, then I'll have to carry you like a sack of potatoes. Stay out of this. You don't understand the situation.
Интересно, она лучница или
Sorry, my
она
lady. Even though I'm your
мечник?
bodyguard, your parents are my employers. I have to answer to them.
How much?
Wait, what?
How much more do I have to pay you to become your employer? So you never listen to my parents ever again. Double? A triple? Give me some time and I'll get that much.
My lady, this isn't about Mora. I don't know what you think of us
Дехля.
Eremites, but let me say this. I like Mora, but I'll never go against my principles. That's
Врет.
why I'm here looking for you. Sure, it's an order from my employer, but my conscience was also telling me it's the right thing to do. And knowing your health, carelessly running around like this is gonna hurt you. For the sake of those who love you, don't be stubborn.
No, you're wrong. I'm aware of my limits and I know what I'm doing. Honestly, the only people being stubborn right now are my parents. And they know perfectly well that it makes no difference if I'm at home or not. And every time I bring this up, they just change the subject. Dia, I know it hasn't been easy for Mother and Father. And I'm grateful for everything they've done for me because she saved me. The love I have for her is the same I have for my parents. This is my life and my last chance.
My lady, are you sure what you're doing now is—
Yes, I'm sure. At least—
Fine. I won't ask you to return home anymore. But let me make something very clear. I'm only doing this because I respect your determination. Not because—
Thank you, Dia. Sorry for being so rude.
Don't worry about it, my lady. I did say that I like Mora. Besides, that's our next topic of conversation. Today's little excursion caused such a ruckus that every single bodyguard at the estate was deployed. It wouldn't be— Since this definitely won't be your last escapade, here's a little tip. You should at least make it look like— So, I'll let you hire me, my lady. This way, everyone wins. As for the pay, let's say half of what your father pays me. We can settle the bill when we return to the estate.
Нет, это не лес новых покемонов, это Genshin Impact. Это новое продолжение, новой локации у них Сумеру. Там у них грибы вместо покемонов. Бедная. Дурни сзади плохо. А, она тоже в эту чешую превращается.
I'm sorry for worrying you two. If you don't mind, I'd like—
Sure! After you rest up, we want to hear more about Lesser Lord Ku—
Так, а как нам отдохнуть в таверне? Ну-ка. Может нам Дея станцует что-нибудь?
Well,
if it isn't Dia. Haven't seen you, and word on the street is that you're a bodyguard for the Homayani family now.
Nah, you get used to it. How about a menu over here?
You got it. Huh? Isn't this little Miss Homayani herself? We don't get to sit.
Thank you, sir, but there's no need. I don't have a lot of Mora on me, and I really ought to save us. But please bring these two the best food you have. They're my new friends, so I want to be a good host for them.
Yeah, we're already super grateful for everything you told us.
How about our coconut charcoal cakes? They're our signature snack, and they run cheap. Look, other customers over there are eating some now.
They look kind of burnt and dry. Paimon will pass.
Ничего себе, Паймон не ест. Паймон всеядный вообще.
Dunyarzad, we asked a lot of people when we first arrived, and almost nobody was interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Well, remember when you asked me if I knew how to meet the Dendro Archon? Even though I don't know how,
Huh?
Yes, it was when I was a child. At the time, my illness had kept me bedridden for the better part of a year. I was stuck inside and couldn't make any friends, and my parents did their best to find treatments for me. My younger self no longer had any hopes or dreams. One flare-up was so bad that I was in a semi-conscious state for then one night, I woke up alone in my room. I was terrified. At that moment, an ethereal voice spoke in my mind.
Dunyarzad, don't be scared. You don't have to cry. Who are you? How do I explain this? Really? Of course. I know that you're scared of thunder. That you hate taking medicine every... Wow, you really do, Dunyarzad. Is there anything you want? Want? Not really. Huh? But aren't you a child? And can you make... Oh. I'm sorry. Then, can you be...
After that, the voice said, "Okay, I'll be your friend." Although my body was suffering during those days, that voice encouraged me. Beyond my window was the flourishing Sumero city. Beyond the city was a lush rainforest. And beyond that was the wall of Samiel. That once I finally made it through that bout of illness, I couldn't hear that voice anymore. But I know that that voice wasn't a figment of my imagination. Before that, I had never heard of Teyvat. Yes, for sure. If it weren't for that voice, I would have never grown curious about the outside world. Nor would I have learned how to read, and that voice sparked a desire for wisdom. It had to have been the Dendro Archon. I've been hoping for a chance to repay her kindness. In fact, I was running around today to help prepare the Sub-Zero's festival for her.
What's the Sub-Zero's?
It's Lesser Lord Kusanali's
Это Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero.
that she was found by the sages. It's actually an old holiday that originally celebrated Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthday. When she passed away, the holiday eventually became a celebration of the Lesser Lord's birthday. I heard everyone was overjoyed when they welcomed her back to Sumero. In those days, the festival was a huge deal, but because of the Academia's influence, people have graduated. The Academia actively participates in Sumero's many holidays dedicated to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But when it comes to the Sub-Zero's festival, forget any funding. Maybe they see Lesser Lord Kusanali's birth as confirmation of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's death, so they're reluctant to celebrate it.
Aw, but that's awful.
It is. It's absolutely terrible. Sure, the Greater Lord founded Sumero, but hasn't Lesser Lord Kusanali been the one quietly...
Just remember that we're still out in public. Don't get too carried away now.
I know that people over by the Grand Bazaar still hold the Sub-Zero's festival to this day. But recently, I made a friend there who also follows Lesser Lord Kusan. I gave her my savings because I want her to throw a wonderful festival this year. That's the...
Hold on, my lady. Does this friend happen to be Nilu? The one who sends...
Yes, that's her.
I saw her leaving the other day with a nervous look on her face. It seemed like...
Yes. Initially, I didn't have much more prepared. I've agreed with Nilu to meet up at the Grand Bazaar today. And
sure, that's quite the trip, though.
No, that would be too much. even for you.
You might as well just accept the lift. If I let you walk, who knows how long it'll take us.
But of course, Nilu will be thrilled to hear there are more people interested.
Так, ребят, на 3 часа в эфире, на самом деле, немножко я уже устал от этих диалогов. Давайте прервемся, потому что реально это очень утомительно читать и смотреть. Классный Сумеру, классная музыка, классное оформление. В общем, все шикарно, но я уже притомился. Не забывайте подписываться, ставить лайки. Также подписывайтесь на Трова. Будет много всего интересного по Геншину и другим играм. Ставьте лайки. Пока-пока.